So it's time dilation, and what it's doing is it's saying, I don't care about time. We do as humans, you don't live forever. But I don't care about time. My micro device, that doesn't understand hours, minutes, seconds, years, decades. It makes no difference. So it'll come up with an answer, it just may not be palatable to us in a short period of time. Okay, get the philosophy. I think you understand. I've probably waffled on enough about that. What you can do with it, but there's some nice examples out there, and what people generally build as micro-poppers, although the invention is very similar to my invention, but I'm using it for computing purposes, is people tend to make, for assignment 1, specifications, glitz and glitzy. There's a very simple photopopper. Now, you can do this, you can use that circuit diagram directly if you want. I'm not going to get terribly excited about it when I mark it. It works, it's fine. But what have you got here? Well, that's a solar panel. That's the capacitor, which is accumulating the energy. Yeah. So you'll notice there's 4700 in this case, doesn't it? Quite that big. What's going on here? 2 diodes in series, and why would you do that? Well, because 0.7 volt drop across each one. That means this point here is 1.4 volts. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up a threshold at which, and this is a 555 timer, you can read a bit about those if you want. So as that voltage increases, once that reaches that magic 1.4 level, it fires that. This is like a trigger, a gun, you know, it fires. Once this fires, it goes into a load transistor, turns that transistor on, and that motor goes just momentarily. So your photopopper is a little robot. Little robot with a pager motor on it, and your solar panel, and people get carried away and sticking bits of blue tack together and cardboard and goodness knows what. They come up with their mobile phone light and they hold it over the top, and the machine will go and it will run across the desk a little bit, and then you shine the light on it, and it comes across the desk a little bit more. So an excellent place to start looking at these, if you want to see what other people have done, is to go on to YouTube and just type in photopopper. You will see some really nice designs. There's a nice reference down here as well. Let's see if that opens up. I didn't hyperlink that for some reason. PDF, right, here we go. So there's a whole series of photopoppers. So the one at the top is the one that we're discussing in that document. The one just underneath, you can see it's exactly the same, it's just a 2-motor version. The one on the bottom, more sophisticated, it steers towards the light. How about that? So you get your mobile phone light and you shine it at your photopopper, and the photopopper moves towards where the light is, because it's sensing the light direction. Okay, so these things are a lot of fun. So, what's the first thing that you're going to do for your photopopper? I suggest you just model that top circuit. You've got time to make a more sophisticated one, and you can generalise to the double one at any time, because you just have another one on there. So, photopopper, multi-sim, and just draw it. We'll help you find where the ICs are and all the rest of it. You know where the resistors are, you know where the capacitors are. You haven't seen a diode yet, so we need to help you find where that is and all the rest of that, or a transistor. But try and draw the circuit. Once you've drawn the circuit, circuit? Well, you know how to put an oscilloscope on there, you know how to put a voltmeter on there, you can see the different voltages around that circuit, you can get a reasonable simulation that you can put in a report that shows that your circuit works, yeah? And then it just increases in complexity from there onwards. Once you're happy it works, and you've chosen the level of sophistication that you want to do, so you don't want to do 2 because it's too complicated and time consuming, fine. Export to Ultiboard, get that printed circuit board, get all your logos on it, make the board the nice shape and all the rest of it, put that in your report as well, and then finally tell me in your report what photopoppers are, why you would want to make one, the problems that you've faced, all this kind of stuff. Okay, that's your assignment 1. We'll talk about assignment 2 later, there's no point at the moment. Is that okay? Do you understand what the problem space is? And it's actually a bit of fun as well. So I'll get some of those motors out in a minute so you can see them. They're tiny, they're only about that big. And all the components you need to solder them to there. We tend to build these things on this stuff. Really cool stuff. These you can build really, really quickly. Just get the components, plug them in, but display how you can make connections and all the rest if you want. Come and have a look if you want to see them. Put your components in there. That top circuit there, if you've got all the components available to you, you'll build that in 10 minutes. Yeah. So you can test it in the real world, you can test it in multi-sim. Multi-sim can make the PCB for you, and then you can send away the PCB way and have it manufactured if you want, and then solder the components into your own PCB if you want to. It's not compulsory, but if someone produces the PCB, I'm going to be more impressed if they don't. You see what I mean? Questions? So what would I recommend that you do first? I'd recommend that you get that soldered and have a bit of fun trying to build your circuit. It's a bit of practice when you try and do this next week or the week after, when you actually try and manufacture it. So that'd be the first thing I would do if I were you. Go and have some fun in there. Not all of you need to, so I can stay out here and take questions from you and all the rest of it. And you might have found a different kind of photopopper that you like the look of. Well, that's fine, let's have a discussion about it. All good? Okay, do some work and have fun. I thought they didn't rush towards the soldering room, did they?